October 1988, Columbia celebrated a $150 million transformation as crowds flooded into the new Richland Fashion Mall, dazzled by Bonwit Teller and the promise of luxury. But hidden behind the glamour were unfinished storefronts, crushing debt, and a fundamental miscalculation about where Columbia was really growing. How did this bold bet collapse in under 2 years, leaving only ruins and a warning no amount of money could silence? In December 1986, L.J. Hooker, an Australian developer with global ambitions, acquired the 36-acre Richland Mall property with a singular vision: transform a fading open-air center into South Carolina's most luxurious retail destination. The price tag, $150 million, placed it among the largest private investments in Richland County's history. But beneath the promise, the financing told a different story. Most of the capital came not from equity, but from aggressive debt, including senior notes rumored at $120 million, layered atop complex loans and covenants that demanded rapid returns. Construction began in January 1988, even as the ink dried on the financing. Demolition crews tore down 2/3 of the original mall, while J.B. White, the legacy anchor, kept its doors open amid the dust and noise. A multi-level parking garage rose alongside new wings, each designed for luxury tenants, yet still surrounded by a neighborhood already showing signs of retail fatigue. According to a city planning official at the time, the scale of the project felt out of step with what the East Side could support, but the developer pressed on, confident that style and spending would override geography. The debt structure left little room for error. Every day of construction meant mounting interest. Every delay increased pressure to fill the gleaming storefronts with tenants who could pay top-tier rents. For L.J. Hooker, the gamble was simple: build fast, open big, and trust that Columbia would follow. But the market's realities were already waiting in the wings. Opening week at Richland Fashion Mall shimmered with promise. Bonwit Teller, making its debut in South Carolina, welcomed shoppers with marble floors, glass chandeliers, and designer labels rarely found outside New York. The air carried a sense of arrival, at least on the surface. Beneath the buzz, warning signs gathered quietly. The mall's 875,000 square feet dwarfed the actual demand for retail on Columbia's east side, where a 1992 University of South Carolina study later estimated the local market could only support about 400,000 square feet. Census data revealed a deeper divide. Household incomes on the city's west side outpaced the east by more than 20%, and that's where new homes and shoppers were moving. A Bonwit Teller sales associate remembers the opening rush fading within weeks. We'd get a surge at lunch, then hours of silence. Most days, I could count the real customers on 2 hands. On paper, the anchor needed 1,200 daily visitors to break even. In reality, foot traffic rarely came close. The mall's luxury sheen masked a simple problem: the wrong bet on geography. While the storefronts sparkled, the market outside was already slipping away, setting the stage for what would soon become a collapse driven not by fashion, but by fundamentals. In August 1989, L.J. Hooker filed for bankruptcy, sending shockwaves through Richland Fashion Mall before its second anchor even opened. The developer's collapse left the mall's future hanging by a thread, but the real blow landed a year later. Bonwit Teller, the crown jewel that had defined the mall's luxury promise, shuttered its doors in August 1990 as part of a national liquidation. 60,000 square feet of prime retail space went dark overnight, and the eastern wing became a corridor of silence. The loss wasn't just symbolic. Bonwit Teller's closure wiped out more than $1 million in annual rent, gutting the mall's revenue and shattering any illusion of stability. Without its flagship, the mall's identity unraveled. Smaller tenants, once drawn by Bonwit Teller's prestige, faced empty aisles and dwindling foot traffic. The word fashion in Richland Fashion Mall was erased in less than 2 years, replaced by vacancy and uncertainty. Even the arrival of Dillard's in 1993 could not repair the damage already done. By the mid-1990s, the promise had faded so completely that even the mall's name could no longer bear its burden. In 1996, the word fashion vanished from the signage, a quiet admission that the experiment in luxury had failed. The main concourse, once lined with marble and brass, now echoed with emptiness. In 1999, the food court, once a centerpiece with its aviation theme and glass elevators, closed. Its stalls converted into offices no one seemed eager to occupy. Dillard's held on until 2003, Parisian until 2007, but each anchor's exit left another wound. Ownership changed hands repeatedly, each new plan smaller than the last. By 2015, walking the corridors felt less like shopping and more like trespassing through a memory. Lights dimmed, fountains dried, and the few remaining stores closed their gates for good. In March 2024, demolition crews arrived. As steel met concrete, workers unearthed a sealed time capsule from the 1980s, an artifact of hope now surrounded by debris. For longtime residents, the sound of the wrecking ball was both an ending and a relief. The mall that once promised so much was finally, unmistakably, gone. Commercial dreams can vanish faster than they rise. $150 million gone, erased by misread demand. In a city still chasing growth, the real risk is repeating what we choose to forget.